sentences that I've pre-written on the document here, and we're going to continue discussing some more of our basic formatting tools. As a reminder, the last time we watched a video, we talked about creating different text styles, applying that to text, and we also changed the color and also highlighted text as well. What we're going to talk about today is changing the size of a font. We're going to talk about the changing of the actual font, itself, excuse me, and then we're going to talk about these tools over here, which is to bold certain words, maybe italicize some words, underline some words, and that will probably be about it. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is, by default, Google Docs opens up in Arial. Well, maybe I want to change this font to something different. So I'm actually going to highlight the words first, and then I'm going to click down, and I'm going to choose any of the ones that are pre-loaded with Google Docs. What's great is if it's none of these here that I want to use, I can choose more fonts. But for now, let's just choose something else. Let's choose a serif font such as Georgia. Now you notice that the words have changed to the Georgia font. The next thing I want to do, while it's highlighted, I might as well change the size. Normally, a typed document should be size 12. So I want to make sure my font is size 12 for this. Next thing I want to do, maybe I want to make sure that you totally see that I want you to not spin in your chair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight spin, and I'm going to make it bold by hitting the B for bold. Notice that there's also a shortcut key, Control B. So since my mouse is on the B, I'm just going to click B. And now you notice by clicking off that spin is now bold. The next choice is italicize. Italicize could be Control I if you're using a PC, and the same on your Chromebook. So I want to italicize the word chalk. And when I do that, it now makes the letters slanted. And you can even see that it's still, the cursor is slanted too. So anything I type therefore after chalk, it would be italicized. This sentence is really important. I want to make sure that you realize you should not be forgetting to charge your Chromebook. Once again, I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to underline it. Control U for the shortcut, and just clicking on the U will now underline it. So those are the three main text editing formatting tools, as well as changing font and as well as changing the size. So now let's go back to font style again. And if I highlight this, oops, let me hit, by the way, since I made that mistake, you could either hit the undo or Control Z. So this time I'm going to hit Control Z, and it brings it back. I'm going to click off. Now I'm going to highlight this sentence, and I'm going to choose more fonts. And when I do that, now it's going to list all the different fonts that work with Google Docs. And the way it's written is the way it's going to look when you choose it. And so I'm going to choose something different. I'm going to choose Passion 1 for this sentence. I like it. I'm going to click OK. And now it's changed it to Passion 1. Again, I like to make sure that it's size 12. But I'm going to show you how to change that in a second to make sure all of them are 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I highlight what I know I want it to be. So in other words, I know this is size 12. So I'm just going to highlight a few letters, and I'm going to use the paint formatter. And what this is going to do is it's going to capture whatever font, whatever size it is. If it's happened to be bold or italicized, it's going to kind of like capture it on the paint roller. And then all I have to do, notice that's depressed, all I have to do is just highlight what it is I want to make sure has the same format as what I highlighted previously. When I let go, it now changes to Georgia, and it changes to size 12. That's how the paint formatter works. It's pretty cool if you know that there's something that you want to do over and over again. You want that certain format to be there over and over again. You can just highlight. Again, let's say I want this to be applied to words. I click the Format Painter, and let's say I want to make sure teaching time is bolded. And when I do that, bam, it's now bolded, but it also takes on the Arial font. So remember that whenever you're using the paint formatter to capture something, it's going to capture everything that you have highlighted. So there you go. So overall, we now know about the paint formatter. We know about undo and redo. We know about text styles from the previous video. We know about changing fonts and the being able to use more fonts. We also know about changing of font size. You could always drop it down, or you can type it in there if you wanted to. Your bold, your italicize, and your underline. And there you have it.